Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Tuesday, which means it is time for another Nozz watches JuJutsu Kaisen. Oh boy. So in the last episode of JuJutsu Kaisen, Itadori ran into some people that got turned into monsters. He hung out with a guy who whose entire power was turning people into Capcom villains. And also we were told about a mechanic that was not super intuitively explained in the show. So, and it got me yelled at by the comments. So hooray, hooray! But yes. So I guess the only thing to do now is to just go in here and let's just see how this mystery begins, because the teacher's heading to the sewers, and Itadori is heading to go and grab a new member of the main cast, or at the very least the supporting cast. Get in the trunk, Junpei. Get in the trunk, you son of a bitch. But let's see how many zip ties he needs, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, and go. I mean, the freaking teacher guy is 100% gonna die, right? I mean, he can't catch Stitch Boy. He can't just catch Stitchman. Yes. The main downfall of horror films. You either end off on a good movie, or you live long enough to become a distorted parody of yourself. Oof. I think the only exception to this is like Friday the 13th, where like Jason X is actually a pretty entertaining fucking slasher film. And also, the fucking sign outside says movie club, asshole. Surely, like, a teacher, like, would be able to, surely you should be able to go to a teacher and be like, hey, yo, those assholes are fucking forcing us out of the club room. Right? Like, something would be able to be done. Joke's on him, he got the DVD anyway. Close the door, things are about to get R-rated in here. Oh no. See, like that's not like a student-made sign. So I'm assuming that those big dumb idiots aren't running a fucking movie club. So surely you'd be able to go to a teacher and be like, "Hey, yo, like we're doing the movie club. We're using the movie club room as intended, and these assholes came in and beat the absolute ever-loving fuck out of me." Like, like yeah, those guys are big and strong and shit, but they're not gonna beat up a teacher, are they? Or who knows, maybe they will, because it's a fucking Japanese anime. And despite being one of the most like disciplinarian goddamn like countries on the planet, teachers in Japanese media are often honestly pretty incompetent. Just authority figures in general. See, why is Gojo so goddamn beautiful though? Like, why is that man got fucking like yaoi eyes? Like, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, my man didn't bother getting yaoi hands. My man just went straight to getting yaoi eyes. Hey mate, why is your sewer water bad CG? What you eating? Yeah, the opposite of fondness is fucking hatred at this point. Ah, shit. They do. I mean, doesn't mean they can't adopt a phrase that they're a big fan of. That's like, I mean, honestly, that it's still a bad saying because the opposite of love is not indifference. Like, technically, like linguistically, the opposite of love is hatred. The opposite of indifference is care, is giving a shit. Concern, that's what it is. Is it still alive? It's like, why would you try and see how big you could make it? Why not see how big you can make it while keeping it alive? I mean, at that point, they don't even look like people anymore, so, I mean, like, I imagine it's probably less upsetting. It's like when we turn, like, pigs and cows into hamburgers and bacon, so they're not, identifiable as creatures. I mean, literally they do. I imagine he's talking metaphorically. Of course you do. I feel like he's using a metaphorical version of heart, because a heart is literally just a fucking pneumatic pump. But made of, flesh. Oh boy, the fucking antagonist is a nihilist. My absolute favorite version of a fucking antagonist, a nihilist. Oh, he is still alive. Holy shit. Not gonna lie, I think my least favorite form of antagonist is a nihilist, just because they're so boring. Like, Like, honestly, it's just like, oh yeah, no, I'm evil because nothing has any meaning, so I'm gonna fucking just murder all I want and do whatever. It's like, okay, cool. Well done, Edgington the Third. Well done. Like, very insightful, dumbass. No one has ever, no one has ever thought of anything like that before. Damn. Damn, don't go to shit talk him right there, dude. Damn. Yes, by force. How else you fucking restrain somebody, fucking pink Naruto ass motherfucker? Without causing fucking collateral damage? Oh. Probably because you're a goddamn idiot. And also, Gojo's a goddamn idiot, it's why you get along so well. Well, you're the only one out of the two of you that has fucking jujutsu power, dum dum. I mean, he already talked as if he knew Nanami was going to go fight Stitch Man. Seems like you're doing it pretty well there, you Kira Yoshikage looking motherfucker. Especially since it seems like they're not getting much in the way of overtime pay at the Jiu-Jitsu Academy. Look, I need to brush my hair. God. Man, I wonder if Nanami's is gonna fucking die. And Gojo's gonna be like, oh, I fucked up. But let's be honest, Gojo has no sense of self-reflection. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. So he's not going to reveal how his power works because he knows that that would put him at an actual disadvantage. And maybe you shouldn't go after a special grade by yourself. I don't know, Chief. I mean, if you go based on the majority of religions, the body came first and then the soul after. I mean, so if you're talking of humans, of a person being the body, like the body was made and it was given soul later by whatever creator god. Okay, so why do you, if you can just regenerate, then why do you have stitches holding your body together? Then why are you... Are the stitches just for fun, then? Just keep some, like, fucking Pokeballs. Go, Pikachu! Jesus Christ, Nani. My man has, like, some mental problems. Holy shit. Friends. Yes, that's the word to use. How the fuck could that be interpreted as friendship? Like, this guy is a bad fucking teacher. Goddamn. I'll sanction you fully. Go commit a homicide. Let's go. Alright, so it seems like this guy was a former bully who became a teacher. Understandable. Oh boy. Nice to see everyone's fucking incompetent. Also, didn't Itadori go to that high school? Or am I mistaken? What the fuck? Why? There were so many ways he could have done that. What the hell? Also, I love how that's not even Itadori's cursed power. He's just literally that fucking strong. He can run around an entire city block in fucking 5 seconds. Or suburban block, even. Like, that is a ridiculous amount of speed. Like, the blocks around here, like, walking take about 30 minutes to make a full loop. Running, I'd imagine you cut that time maybe in half. So something that would take, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes? Once again, by the way, these are all very rough numbers. He did 15 minutes of running in approximately 5 seconds. Jesus fucking Christ. Because no matter what, he can alter the size as well, but in a lot more traumatic way. Well, not that you fucking mind. Like any other salaryman, I will simply drown it in alcohol once I get off work. Damn, Nanami, you really let him. You really let him get that close, huh? Hey, yo, protect your soul, gamer. Protect yourself. That's kind of fucked. The fact that like he's not even like attacking. You just gotta just a little touch, just a little, just a little honk honk, and that's it. You're done. So it looks like he caught that on his knife. So I mean that's good. Unless of course the knife counts. You son of a bitch. The JuJutsu Academy doesn't pay overtime. You son of a bitch. Imagine if Nanami just like the time hit and he's just like he just looks up, puts his knife away, he's like, all right, same time tomorrow, I got my shift's done, and just leaves. Imagine if that was somebody's curse thing, right? They could only work like a they could only they could only be affected by curses in like a time window, like a 9 to 5 window. So before 9 a.m. and after 5 p.m., they like cursed beings cannot perceive or touch them, and vice versa. How fucking funny would that be as a cursed ability? Guess the neighbor's taking his chairs for a walk. Like that would be so fucking just that would be so cool of a power. It's like you're literally like only able to fight curses like a salaryman's time schedule. I do really hope that Nanami doesn't, just fucking die. But at the same time, he can't win because Stitch Boy is our main antagonist for the series so far. So it makes him feel pretty. What the fuck? I choose to believe that these Juju scrolls are canon. Narrow-minded. Ooh. So my question is Nanami, can he cut with his like doesn't because his blade is dull and wrapped. So could he cut with a fist? Is that it? Does he do slashing damage with a punch? Oh boy, that'd be busted, huh? Um. Huh. Okay. So. Hmm. Hmm. I honestly I do really like this show. I think this is like one of the I think this is another show where I'm just like, man, this is just good shit. But I think that's mostly just because it just follows like the old shonen formula that I really loved when I was a kid. But like is doing it with like more more just like more like updated the kind of thing, you know? Because you go back and watch like Naruto or fucking Dragon Ball or Bleach, it's like it's a little dated. I didn't even like Bleach all that much. Um, but here it's actually pretty neat. Power creep is not so bad right now. Uh, so I imagine once we get to like, oh man, he's not just a special grade, he's a super special grade, like shit like that. I'd be like, okay, all right, fuck off, Susanoo. Um, but as for this episode itself, I do really like just how we're bouncing between Junpei and everything, and it really just kind of like seeing we're getting elaboration on Junpei's character in a way that honestly makes him feel like a main character. So I do hope he actually does join the friendship squad, but I don't know if he actually will. Um, I do like how Itadori managed to bring Junpei in without committing to violence, because that has always been my biggest pet peeve with shonens is that the best way to make friends is apparently kicking someone's ass, and that's always been really annoying to me. It's like, hey, like if a person is not evil, right, and they're just kind of like falling in with like the bad crowd, then maybe like talk to them more than not at all. Like Piccolo was evil, yes, but like he he kind of wasn't as evil as his dad, so having a chat with him probably would have worked. Didn't have to kick his ass at the fucking tournament there, Goku. Jesus. I mean, you were gonna kick his ass anyway, but you could have like chatted to him first. But I do appreciate that this show, like Junpei's like, oh fuck, you actually see this thing and you're not okay, yo, hold up, we need to talk for a moment. Like, it's already going to turn into conflict because that's, how it go, but I'll be pleasantly surprised if they manage to actually talk it over. Um, the fact that like the teacher is looks basically like the bullies, except like like inflated like with a bike pump, is a pretty neat little bit of symbolism that I really like. Like the bully that was a brick shithouse has a very similar haircut and overall like face setup to this really fat teacher. Just the fat teacher is just like I said like a fucking bike pump. Um, and that's actually pretty neat. It kind of shows that like no matter what, like in Junpei's life, the teachers are just as bad as the bullies to the point where they fucking look similar. Um, like the teacher's hair is just if you spiked it up, you got him some muscles. He'd look a lot like the big muscle bully. So that's pretty neat. I like that quite a bit, and they're not related or anything. So it's just how bullies look, I guess. Um, the philosophical discussion between Stitch Boy and Junpei, I wasn't a giant fan of, but I see what they're doing, right? And I think that's the issue of having a philosophical argument between two characters. They're kind of conversing in Japanese. It's being translated to English, but the thing they're talking about is a Japanese phrase that is actually an English phrase that has been translated using words that do not exist in that form in Japanese. And even then, in the English, it's using an older form of English that is no longer used and is no longer relevant. So that's a oof. That's a oof. Because the phrase is the opposite of love is indifference. Um, it's using an older usage of the word love, where but basically it's being used the same way we use concern or care, right? So the opposite of caring for someone or being concerned for somebody is absolute indifference. Back then, yeah, you would have used love in there because it's using the biblical form of love, the deific form, because God loves everyone, yes, according to most religions, but it's not like love is in like, oh, aishiteru. It's like, which only the Japanese use that fucking word. Don't use that word if you're speaking to a Japanese person. Weirds them out. It's great. It's fun. Um, like that's like it's more just like God loves you, as in God cares that you fucking like cares that you exist. God is concerned for your existence. So yeah, that kind of falls a little flat, but I understand what they're going for, and I feel like maybe if they used a slightly less clumsy like saying, I guess it would have worked a little better. Um, the explanation of Stitch Boy's powers is pretty neat. And the fact that he was explaining it to Junpei makes me wonder if Junpei becomes a Jujutsu sorcerer and ever actually manages to fight Stitch Boy, would he have an advantage because Stitch Boy told him how his power worked? Or is there like a time limit on that? You gotta re-up that every now and again. Let's see. The fight between Nanami and Stitch Boy is honestly really fucking good. Because it's very clear that Nanami is likely not going to win, but he's definitely holding his own. Like, my big fear was that this would turn into like a survival fight, where it's like, oh yeah, no, this character has no absolute zero fucking chance of winning. The fight is less that they win and more that they survive. Um, but despite the fact that it's very clear that Nanami is out fucking classed, he's not just fighting to survive, he's fighting to win. And I do like that. Now, I have zero fucking hope that that man is gonna survive, but ganbate, Nanami-san, ganbate. Yeah, the fights are really good. Yeah, show good. I think only thing I think I have an issue with is that philosophical discussion they had, and the fact that now that we know that Stitch Boy can just regenerate himself, the fact that he is covered in stitches makes no fucking sense. His character design is absolutely undercut by his actual power set, and that is poor character design. Like, if you bring us a character who looks like they're covered in like stitches and like they're an amalgam and that they're just held together, then like, why have it so that if he's damaged, he just regenerates? Why not have it so that, like, his arm gets partially sliced off and is hanging on by a thing? Some cursed strings come out of his insides and pull it back on. He's like, ah, there we go. Like, fucking... I mean, if he's made out of the collective hatred and bigotry and assholishness of every single fucking human, then wouldn't it make sense for him to just be shit held together by strings? Seeing as the hatred and everything of humans is always aimed at something else, which would make that a string that connects those two things. If his true form was just a mass of fucking strings holding together a flesh suit, that would be a lot more, like, thematically appropriate. So I'm not quite sure why they've gone the way they are with his power set versus his actual appearance. Like, he could still like have the altering souls thing. That can still be a thing. But his physical form definitely goes against that. I don't know. I mean, honestly, like if he was able to do that because like he was made of strings, and he's just like, and the reason he can manipulate souls is because he does not have one. That'd be fun, Like, he can manipulate souls and all that because, like, oh, I don't have one. I'm just a bundle of big-ass fucking strings. I don't know, like that would make a lot of thematic sense for me. Just like this character who looks down on humanity and looks down on people with souls and just looks down on everyone. If he himself did not have one, and he used that to his advantage using his power set, that would work. Don't know why they did it the way they did, but that's my really only complaint. Just it's literally just a character design problem. But otherwise, but like that's literally it. Everything else in this show, in this episode, I like a lot. The fighting is good. The character interaction is good. Like there's some mild like philosophical oopsies going on, but I'll give them the benefit of the doubt just because they're literally translating through 3 fucking languages. So whatever. But yes, as always, everybody, let me know what you thought of this down there in the comments. Whether you liked it, you disliked it, or you want to bring up something I forgot to talk about, which is entirely possible. Oh boy. Remember to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, share social media, tell your friends, hit the share button down below. If you want, to support me on Patreon, which is linked down in the description and on the end card on the list of all the people who keep the show up and running. Big thanks to you guys. You guys are the absolute best. If you want more content from me, then I do try and post anime every single day at around noonish. And I also try and live stream every single day. If you're watching this on the day this came out, which I believe is the Tuesday the 5th, then I'm going to be streaming Psychonauts 2 at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And hopefully I will see you there. Oh boy. Anyway, so as always, I am Nozz, and I'll see you in the next video. Most importantly of all, become a member of the adventuring party today, and I will see you a real